I just did a long video, but I just wanted to show you guys this. This is the 576 original Autotune system. So this is like a sort of like the heater generator on a heated saw underneath the flywheel with the magnets on the flywheel, right? So this is the first version. So this is not a heated generator. It controls the Autotune. So the ignition coil is actually still an ignition coil, not a control module. So yeah, this had the red wire that would come up this way up to the Autotune or to the microprocessor. Then your yellow wire, obviously, this way up to your switch, and the two black wires I talk about in the video in a couple seconds when you watch it are the problematical problems. So that's why you could switch these coils to a non-rev limiter, make them rev more, and the Autotune still worked fine. They actually worked quite fine, and you'll see in my video what the problems were. You know, here's your new ones that have the control module, that all the wires go right to the microprocessor, so there's no separate system, okay? And that's how they work. They also had these in heated versions, so this generator system here was actually, it did two things. It gave you heated handlebars, and it ran the Autotune. Another thing I wanted to talk about, a lot of guys have been talking about all these new guys. There's a few companies in the US now doing CNC porting, which I think is very cool. You get a consistent porting to something all the time, and you know, it takes you can be working on other stuff while your $500,000 machines doing some CNC porting. I think that's really cool, but I'm going to continue to do it old school because I don't have that kind of money to buy one. And I just love doing it, you know. I like doing older saws and these new ones as well. You know, I'm not claiming to be the best porter in the world. I definitely am not. You know, I do it old school, and I do it so your work saws will last you the duration of the life of the saw, and if not longer than they ever would have from stock. I find a lot of little imperfections that I clean up, and my porting that I do is just is basic porting, and they just last, and it's just a good work saw. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have that kind of coin to get that kind of stuff, but you know what I mean. So KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. So on to the video now, and thanks for watching again. Morning, everyone. Hope you all had a good long weekend. It was BC Day here, our province's day of the year. I guess it was the forming of the province, maybe. Geez, I should know that, eh? Being BC Day. Anyways, had a good weekend. Did a bunch of work at the daycare, relaxed a bit, cleaned up the shop, and had a couple of friends come over for dinner the other night. I made them a nice chicken kebab Greek dinner with some Greek lemon potatoes and some fresh corn from the local stand up the road. So yeah, it's that time of year. You can get some good fruits and vegetables from all your local areas instead of buying from the big box stores of all the pesticides and junk, eh? So yeah, I'm on a mission this week to get lots of saws done, as we're taking a week or two off here with Shelly's work. So we're going to go visit a few people. But yeah, I got a nice gift this morning. Just came in, got delivered here today from Chris Burns from Port Clements, BC, box 364. So that's up in the Queen Charlottes of BC here. So I just unzipped it with the tape. I'm not quite sure what he was going to send me. I know he was going to send me a brand new set of thin rings for a 2100 or 2101. And he's just going to give me because I've helped him out with some projects. Thank you very much, Chris. And there's obviously something else in here, so it's like Christmas. So let's see what we got here today. Oh man. Whew. Look at this. Some paper. Ah, packing paper. Oh, what's this one? This feels like a muffler. Wow. I like new 2100 muffler. Beautiful shape. Beautiful. Wow, thanks, buddy. What else we got? Oh, the side cover. Still got the good fixture on the back for the air filter screw. All screws look good. Very nice. Thank you very much. Holy, what do we got here? There's a set of rings, the thin rings for the 2100. which is awesome because I got a bunch of pistons, but I don't have any new rings, so that'll be good for my next race saw build of the 2100. Okay, so better mark that, eh? Let's mark that 2100. 2100. I'll remember. It's the only thin rings we've ever used on most saws for anything, eh? I don't know why they went to the thick rings. You know, the two thick rings worked well, but oh my goodness, they were hard to pull over. My dad used to put extra base gaskets in 2100s, which made them less power, but it made them so they can actually run them and work them. Got an 084 carburetor here. No something on it. Oh, no high-speed jet. Oh, I got boxes full of these, but can always use another one. Some of them I got aren't in very good shape. Thank you very much. Kerplunk, put that aside. Buckin's got me saying that kerplunk thing. So let's put this stuff aside. Wow, cylinder. What's that off of? That looks like a 288 or 281 cylinder. Pretty good shape. All the bolt holes are good. All the fins are here. Exhaust bolt holes are good. Spark plug holes good. Oh, a couple little fins broken, but no big deal. Very cool. Nice. You must be cleaning up like I should do once in a while and get rid of stuff. But, you know, you always throw stuff away and the next day you go, geez, I wish I still had that thing, eh? What else we got here? Some heavy stuff in here. Wasn't expecting all this. Wow, buddy. Another muffler. Oh, the old 2100 or maybe a 480 or 1100. They had like the jungle outlet like this, eh? Yeah, no screen in it. Kind of a schmogger muffler, but great shape. Awesome for a used saw. Or I can help someone out maybe with if they're restoring one, right? Alright, what else we got here? Set of full wrap handlebars. West Coast saw ones. These ones were the big square ones they used on 2100s. I don't know if Pacific Equipment in Vancouver, the Husky distributor, actually had these made for the West Coast. But yeah, they're a strong handlebar. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Thank you very much. Kerplunk. And what do we got in this paper? It's all wrapped up. Wow. 2100 gas tank. Excellent shape. Look at that. Some of the mounts are in it. It's not even split in the front here where they split and leak oil, right? Awesome. The vent's still there. Original vent. OEM. Manual oiler works. Awesome, buddy. Thank you very much. Again. Wow. So, that's awesome. Thanks so much. You know, one man's junk or stuff to throw away is another man's gold. That's what I always say. Thanks very much, Chris, again. That's so kind of you. Anything else I can help you with, I definitely will. Of course, you know me, Donny Walker. I help everyone out. Another thing I just bought off of Amazon. You know me, I don't really like buying off Amazon, but sometimes it's the way to go. It came the next day. Look at this. I bought this boroscope. I got it hooked up right here. I just put it in the vise here to show you. But there's several different settings on it. Let's kind of zoom in right now, and I'll just show you a little thing on the on a cylinder. Say if you wanted to look in a cylinder while it's on the saw, you know, you put it down through the plug hole. Of course, it's gonna follow me right when I'm talking to you. Eh? Let's just put that in there. I don't want to break it. Okay, so you put that down the spark plug hole, and look at, you can see all inside of it. There's different settings for the you know, type of camera it's showing. That's a LED 60%, 0% LED. You know, you can get the real natural look to it. Yeah, pretty cool, man. In my mouth. Did I brush my teeth today? Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Zoom effect. Yeah, very cool. It comes with a package of a whole bunch of little pieces, like to do a sideways view, stuff like that, right? So $40. You can't beat that, eh? You don't need to use your phone or anything. That's just really cool. It was even charged up. Yeah, very cool. Let's see what this setting's for. 180. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so there you go. Buy one of these, man. You can look inside the motors and without having to take them apart, or even doing porting, you know, checking your transfer port timing, your blowdown timing. You know, if you don't have a degree wheel set, well, you can have a degree wheel, but you can check your transfer port timing with it. I'm just finishing off a 390. I just ported the cylinder this morning. I've got the exhaust port on, some intake transfer work, the piston all done. I do remove material off the skirt of these and chamfer really nice and clean them up all really nice. I lap the rings on my machinist block over there. I do that with all rings off of every cylinder I do. And yeah. What else did I want to show you? This fella, yeah, I just did 3 original 372s of the old school style ones that he must have bought from Malaysia or somewhere, a different country. So they had the Gilardoni cylinders on them with the non-EPA carburetor, single ring piston, beautiful saws. I did those 3 last week for him. This is his 390. And he's also sent me, check this out, a brand new 576. Now these were unique, and I'm going to show you some features on them and how we made out with these saws. It's kind of a shame that they never really went over that well. They went over pretty well for us here. One thing I gotta say is the fallers that ran these really loved them. We had them with the full wrap handlebars with the larger felling spikes, right? And this was the first generation of Autotune. So these were 73.5 cc's, where the 372 is 71, right? I really wish they would have made the newer 572s 73 to 75 cc. It would have been a smart move, but I don't know why Husky's always kind of veered away from that. I know their market for the small, 50 to 65 cc's, 70 cc's is huge market in Europe and other places in the world, but on the coast here, we've always need big saws, full wrap handlebars, larger felling spikes or bucking spikes, whatever you guys want to call them. But I'm just going to show you some stuff on the features of this one. These were the smoothest saws anyone ever ran, by the way. Super well ergonomic. I remember doing some ergonomic tests with Husqvarna, how these saws actually came sort of like the T540 topping saw would come with different inserts on the back here for the handle grip. So this, when it's in the palm of your hand, it's got like a little round outlet part here. It's bulged out a bit, okay? And what that does, it fits right into your palm nicely, so you're not so squeezed on a small thing, right? You think about it. You squeeze this little thing like this with your hand all day, your hand gets a lot more sore and cramp-wise. Where this, you're spread out a little bit, it's in your palm. It's almost like a type of grip on bicycles these days, where you're not so tight on a small pipe, eh? They're more ergonomic on your hands. They came with larger diameter handlebars, even though this is a half wrap, but it's still the larger diameter than the previous ones were on like 372s and 371s and even 385s until they came out with they never came out with the fatter ones than 385, but you know what I mean, okay? So this here too, you think about it. Your hand's not so tight. It's out a little bit, right? But overall, smoothest saws going, man. 4-circle crankshafts, like crank stuffers in these. Just a well-balanced crankshaft to it. But speaking of that, we did have issues with these, sort of like they did what they have had now with the 500 small series of the Autotune, with bearing problems and crankcases cracking. For some reason, they would all crack back here between this back corner and behind the clutch here. This is where they all broke. They tried to tell me, oh, your cover is too loose on the top, this and that. Lots of excuses from the service and warranty department at Husqvarna years ago. But it all based down to, really, they just needed to build it a bit heavy dutier in this crankcase area. And I believe they did do a change in this area. But we still had problems, and it discouraged guys, and they eventually got rid of this model, so they all went back to 372s, then to the new 390s, okay? They were heavier, but the guys needed them for the big wood. We ran 32-inch bars on these. I did modify them. I ported them, muffler mods on them. And actually, this Autotune system, you can change the coil, or if you want to call it a control module these days, you could actually change and put the black one on there and make it rev more, and it actually tuned itself pretty decent. I did a few like that, and they worked just fine. It actually calibrated itself to give it enough fuel, even with over revving it, and it worked fine. I never suggested it for everyone, but guys that wanted that extra rev when they're limbing and stuff, when they're falling, you know, as long as they don't hold it wide open, hitting the branches, they hit the throttle as you're using it, it's okay. It works fine. On these Autotune ones, you know, we didn't have much problem with the control modules or nothing, or the, what do you call this thing? Microprocessor on it. We had a lot of problems with wiring, okay? On these here, if you can see this, maybe I need to zoom you in a little bit, but a lot of the problems with these saws not running right were the issue with these wires. And I'm just going to show you these wires here. These wires here obviously are part of the switch wire, and also up to the microprocessor. Okay, so this red one here and comes off let's call it a like a stator, or the Autotune piece that's underneath the flywheel on these, and it runs up to this area to the Autotune. This black wire here is your ground for the Autotune or the microprocessor, and there's another black wire here to this screw here is a ground for the switch. Okay, so the two grounds, one black wire is for the Autotune microprocessor and the other black wire is for the switch. What happened on some of these, this black wire from moving around like this when they saw us running, the black wires were actually breaking, or actually inside of the covering of the wire, the sheathing, it would separate inside. You could feel it spongy, eh? And you knew it wasn't getting a proper ground, and they wouldn't run properly or not run at all, right? So that was a sure sign it usually was a wire. But other than that, that's all I really had problems with this first series of Autotune. These ones, the half wraps, came with nylon filters. You could get flock filters for them. This is made more for, you know, summer conditions, or actually winter conditions. Is nylon, these type were made more for winter, or people, easier for people to clean. You know, they're not good though. Fines go through these. They're not good. The flock type filters are the best on Huskies and always have been, and almost on any series of saws. Doesn't matter what brand it is. So yeah, these were a nice saw. They're, you know, a little bit bulky, but for the size of them, they had good power. The new stratified type porting was the first on these saws, right? And they've just come a long ways now, right? Sure, a lot of people complain a bit about some of the newer small 5 series saws, but when they run right, they're wicked, man. They're very hard to beat. It'd be really surprising to see that new Husqvarna fuel injected saw, which we won't get here probably to dealers in Canada. I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I'm not sure. They always seem to use them in Europe, like England and areas like that first. So just saying, I'm not sure when they're going to be here. I'm just telling you that. I haven't seen one yet. I've just seen stuff online about it, just like you guys probably have, and that's why your guys have been asking me questions. Donny, what's it like? Well, I don't know yet. I'll get it figured out, though. So, yeah, nice saw. This is for the same fella. The 372 brand new ones, old school, a 390, and a 576. Lucas France. I'm not sure where he's from. Weird number, 14379905514. I think he's from Europe. Doesn't matter though. I do them all the same for everyone, and he's gonna have a great saw. So yeah, that's my day today. I'm gonna get that 390 together. I'm gonna strip this one apart and get onto that. Tonight I got some saws that people have been waiting for that I'm gonna finish off. I'm home alone tonight. Shelly's staying in Nanaimo with a couple friends. So yeah, lots on the go. Then I'm on, after these, I'm on to the 5 462s for Guy over in Australia. Hey Guy. And a couple of 500s. One for days service, and one for Cheek Creek service. So I'll get them done as well. But oh, and our poor little Echo over here, little 2511. I'm gonna rip this apart today. Forgot about that. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this stuff today. I'm always busy. But you know, you gotta spend some time and talk to you fine folks out there and to show you some stuff. So yeah. Pitter patter, gotta get at her. We got a bad wildfire happening in the next town to us over here. I'm very concerned for a lot of my friends. Have already evacuated their places. So far, I haven't really lost many structures. The fire shifted the other day and moved a different way from a community. But there's like helicopter guys, plane guys here, guys on the ground. Everyone's, all the fire departments in the island here are really giving her, man. So hats off to all you guys. Thumbs up for all your help and all the neighbors helping out each neighbors. I've told a few of my friends that need any help, give me a call. I haven't got a call yet, but I'm here, man. If I need to come and help fix your water pump in your yard or anything like that, you give me a shout. Even if you're a Forest Service or fire department people, I can come and give you a hand. So hopefully one's safe. It's terrible. Humans start these fires. Over 90% of them in our province have been started by humans. So God darn it, people, stop doing that, man. Put your cigarettes out properly, or don't have a fire when you know you're not supposed to have one. Just common sense, people. It's costing us millions of dollars in people's lives and animals and our beautiful forests. So come on, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. So anyways, I got to get her at her. Keep her saw into it, sticking the ice, rubbing her out. Your cigarette butts put in a proper place. And whatever else you're messing around with. Have a great week. I'll be back probably later today. Do another video, or you know, never know when I'm popping in and out, eh? Have a great day. Bye now.